What is it that gives your life a sense of meaning and purpose?
This is the Health Leaders Podcast.
I think that many of us don't go the next step because we don't know what to do yet.
For chiropractors who want to be a health leader and a health authority.
What new skill or knowledge have you acquired?
Inspire your community. Impact this world.
We just have to have a real mission of serving.
With your host and health reporter.
And you become present when you're inspired and living congruently with your highest values.
Andrew Knoll.
You never give up on your mission. You let nothing stop you from your mission.
Have you tried to advertise on Facebook or Instagram only to find out that it's not as easy as you thought? Have you tried to put up ads that only got a bunch of clicks and no real interested leads? The ad costs were expensive, that produced little to no results, and you couldn't even get people to honor their scheduled appointments that you worked so hard to set up, that you spent money on. Despite these hardships, marketing online is one of the fastest and most effective ways to get new patients for your local practice still. It is by far better than anything else out there when it comes to your return on advertising dollars or marketing dollars spent. But you need to know what you're doing. Go to chiropractordeals.online/5 tips. That's chiropractordeals.online/5 tips. So you can get your free video where we go through the 5 key tips to Facebook marketing success that you need to know before you start marketing on Facebook and on Instagram. Take advantage of the digital marketing opportunities that, yes, are still happening today. So visit chiropractordeals.online/5 tips. That's chiropractordeals.online/5 tips today. So, going back to the gyms, running those gyms as co-owner of the facilities, fantastic, amazing, right? That's exactly why I left JP Morgan, right? To go follow the things that I truly wanted to do, right? My calling, as we say. But being slapped in the face really like the first year in and completely understanding what it actually took to do something, to build something, to make something happen, that is the running of multiple gyms in areas, right? Running multiple training programs, running teams running me, right? Vice versa, us doing it together. I was drowning, right? We were all drowning. We were all tired of the day to day. When the businesses aren't going as successfully as you hoped or thought it would go in the beginning, especially when you're new to this whole thing that is called business and building businesses, it takes more energy than running a successful business, right? So I was drowning. In the day to day, and those days that just where everything happens all at once, and it seemed like every other day was like that, right? And it just leaves you exhausted, right? And that day came when I realized, at a desperate moment, almost kind of pleading to God to wake me up from this nightmare, give me some hope, right? Give us some hope, give the team some hope. I was tired of not truly impacting the community that I wanted to impact the people that I wanted to impact, right? And people almost even losing like hope for us, right? Or at least me thinking that, me feeling helpless to them, the people that in need feeling helpless to them. So, my dreams, my hopes, my desires, my passions, be a part of someone's life and journey to help them be successful in their own lives with right, great health and great support systems and a great facility. They were shattering. They were crumbling. They were getting farther and farther out of my control. And the more I tried to learn and study and get better at my craft, get better at personal training, share my passionate message with more people, right? How to learn how to build fitness businesses, the farther I got away from it, if that makes sense. The farther I got away. the more overwhelmed I got, the more stressed I got, the more it crumbled, right? So the overwhelm took just such a devastating grip around my neck, around my body, around everything that I was doing, to a point where I had to completely isolate myself. It got so bad where I just was like, I need to get out of here. I need to get out of here. And so I had some family over in California. I have some family in California, so that's where I headed. I literally, one day with my pops, my father, we just picked up and left. I was like, I can't do this anymore. I'm out. I got to move on to the next chapter in my life so I can wipe the slate clean and you know, and pave a new path for myself, right? And of course, when you move, you have no friends, no spouse, working 7 days a week, no sleep, no nutrition, no exercise, in debt, late on my rent, late on my bills, every single day, this invisible weight of anxiety gnawing at you, like gnawing in the back of your mind, like a paper cut. You know, paper cut is so small, and it seems so small, but it's the worst feeling in the world, and you can't get rid of it, right? Imagine having millions of those all at once. Worrying if I ever would be happy in my life. Seriously. If I would ever be happy again. There are times where I contemplated, like, just literally, hey, I need to quit. I need to stop what I'm doing and start over and get a corporate job again. I need to maybe give up on my dreams and my passions in this fitness and health game in this world and stop, because I can't keep going like this, right? And you know, when you get to that moment, right, and maybe you've been there, right? You just, I don't know, you just do things without thinking, right? So I think in the heat of the moment one night, I got in my car and I just started driving around. I actually found myself doing that a lot, driving around the neighborhood of California, right, where I lived at the time, and looking at the beautiful houses, the beautiful landscapes, right, the peaks and the valleys, right, that you can drive around in. And I think this one particular night, I just sometimes I just wipe my brain clean and then just go back to the day-to-day, right? But that night was kind of special. I driving around at night, right, just thinking a little bit deeper, right? Because being alone and being anxious all of the time, waking up with a knot in my stomach and going to sleep with my mind racing, you start asking yourself questions you desperately need answers to. Right? Like, when will this end? What am I supposed to do? Where am I supposed to go? How and why do I feel this way? Right? I needed answers because I was so tired of it. So when I was driving around, the simple question I asked myself that night was, why am I here? So then I went back and I remembered, well, wait a minute. I'm not supposed to be here. I was adopted at 3 months old with my twin sister because our biological mother was too much in poverty, right? She was too deep in poverty where we were. She couldn't afford to raise us. So I thank God every day that our biological mother, being so selfless, put us up for adoption, because we wouldn't be here today. We instead were raised by ministers in an amazing family in New Jersey. That's the different path that my twin sister and I took, which is absolutely amazing in and of itself. But that wasn't, if that wasn't enough. If that wasn't enough, as the saying goes, right? We barely were adopted by our parents. in our family, because it could have been easily different, right? We were barely adopted, as the story goes, with my twin sister and I. And if that wasn't enough, after adoption, there was an earthquake that shook the city that we were born in and took a lot of lives in that city, that earthquake, shortly after. And that easily could have been us caught right in the middle of that earthquake. So I seriously say to myself, I couldn't have been here today, but I should be here. I just need to tap into what my purpose is, what my purpose was when I was driving around that night thinking about it, right? And that's what I remember in those moments, those deep reflective moments, driving around, right, at those pivotal times in your life. And it's amazing how the universe works that way, where you are just so consumed that you stop, and as soon as you stop, things start coming to you, right? And also in that moment, driving around, right, tired and fed up, I also ask myself, what truly makes me happy? When do I find myself being happiest? And I naturally started thinking about the times my clients back in the gym, every once in a while, just telling me, hey, thank you for all that you do, Andrew. Thank you. And although I don't remember exactly what those conversations were like or what exactly was said, but I remember the feeling. And that was the other answer too. So the epiphany moments in your life that change everything for you, you just go back to those moments and ask yourself why, right? Why? And most likely that why is also what you need more of in your life again. What you need to tap into again. So for me, that day moving forward, that night moving forward, my why is not letting me pass one single day by that I don't give 120%. Not for myself, but for others that I know need it more than I do. Or for others that can provide the most to those in need, that need it more than you or I. Right? Why, Andrew? Why? Because it comes down to two things for me. If I acquire all this wealth and business success, right? If I build great fitness facilities or whatever else that I do or I'm doing currently right now, if I build some wealth and success business-wise, because I want others to see me on Instagram being successful, and I want them to see me be successful and valuable and use that to define me, if it's taken away from me in an instant, what am I worth then? What am I left with then? What have I truly done in my life? And number two, if I go through my life and make a journal of all my life's experiences, the things that I've learned, the people that I've met, the successes, the accomplishments, the life lessons, write all that down, the feelings, the relationships. If I write all of that down throughout my entire life, and when I'm moving on from this earth at a very old age, and give that journal to my kids to pass it down to their kids and their kids' kids, to see what I've done in my life to hopefully make a small impact on their lives and inspire them long after I'm gone, what do I want them to remember me by? What do I want to have written down in that journal? And so I'm starting to write my journal today. So this is my new vehicle for you. So you can set out with, yes, possibly a new sense of fulfillment in your life and a career to go out and make an even greater impact than ever before. Because I too am setting out on this journey. I'm setting out on this journey to find the best and top chiropractors. Yeah, absolutely. Who have proven success in amazing ways, who have failed yet pushed through and found more success. And who too want to join me in this journey together to share with you so you can make an impact and do everything you want to do in your practice, in your community, and make it an actual reality and then go beyond that. Life is too short. Bottom line, I don't want anyone to feel the way I did, where I was empty and unfulfilled. Because if you ever were like that at one point in your life, you know it's a desperate feeling. So now this is my way. This is my way, and I want you to join me and help me so I can build something absolutely amazing, right, in my life, but most importantly, for other people's lives. Build something amazing in your life as a professional, as an advocate for life. Not just a chiropractor, an advocate for life. So, yeah, absolutely. I set out to do all the dirty work, the research, the finding the best content for you. I would like to get your feedback, right, as well on what areas of your practice, your career, and beyond you'd like me to dive deeper into with my guests who've proven massive success in those areas, right? I want feedback also that allows me to continue to adapt the show, right? Adapt each episode and the things that are going to help you the most and bring you the most value. The feedback also lets me know what to keep doing more of, right? So all of that and what I feel today, what I've expressed to you is a definition of a health leader. Someone that doesn't just create success and take action in their practices or their businesses, but those that see their practices as a vehicle for something bigger. I got fantastic guests coming up soon to share with us many different areas of the industry and what it takes to do and be something more. So I'm super excited, guys. I want you to take that note and run with it this week. I'm pumped. Now we're switching gears here. I'm sorry to hit it hard and then switch gears. Hey, we only have a couple of minutes, right? A power couple in Long Beach, California, running a huge wellness center that every time that I walk into, I am so inspired by what they've done, what they've accomplished, and how many people they've impacted and changed. Athletes, men, women, old, young, right? Every which way. Just, oh my gosh, that practice, that wellness center is buzzing every single day. Their team is so deeply ingrained in what they're doing every single day. I absolutely love it. The culture they've built, man, I'm so excited to have them on. You should be too, coming up. I also have another doctor who's quite simply an amazing entrepreneur who we've connected a while back because we're both really passionate people in a lot of different ways. He actually used to be a bodybuilder and a strength and conditioning coach. Now is a chiropractor with massive dreams to build something bigger than himself too as well. And I'm going to have him on because he's doing incredible things right now, literally as we speak. Oh man, I have some amazing chiropractors, even with physical therapy offices, doing just amazing things in Chicago coming up. Oh, I'm pumped. I'm pumped, doctor. So stay tuned for more. Let's keep diving deep with each other. Let's join hands, right? Side by side, shoulder to shoulder. Let's make these things happen every single day in our lives, right? Because I want to see how bad you want to get to the next level. Because if I'm passionate about seeing what you're able and what you're capable of and what your potential is, even if you just amassed all this success, get to the next level. I'm very excited. And hey, stay tuned. Let's keep it up. Next episode we're going to have some chiropractors on here. Boom. Thank you so much.
This was another episode of the Health Leaders Podcast.
See, if you know what your life work is,
Impact your community.
I encourage you to start working on it.
Impact this world.
Every year, give yourself permission to raise the standards.